Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. And in this video what I want to go over is, well, it's going to be a video going on to Marvel Phase 4. Now for this it's going to be going on to the next maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe between 3 and 5 years. I don't really know way too much about it. Now this is more likely going to be fake, or it's going to be kind of like made by a fan, but I kind of thought I'd go over this anyway. Now towards like the end of the video I'll have a bit of an explainer for something in the future. So with all of that being said, let's get into it. So obviously this is going to be appearing on screen, and the first first movie that is going to be on it is going to be Spider-Man Academy. Now honestly, for Academy I don't really know how to feel about it, because you know, we already have Spider-Man Far From Home, which is already going to be happening, so it's very iffy. Like in my opinion, it just seems like it's never going to happen anyway. Now the next one's going to be Doctor Strange Illuminati, which I'm going to kind of get into. Now I could be wrong in saying this, but I do believe the Illuminati are the people who send Hulk up to like Sakaar in the comics. I believe there is Doctor Strange, like Iron Man, Captain America, maybe Black Panther, I'm not really too sure. I'm pretty sure Black Bolt is actually one of them. Now honestly I don't really know way too much about them. I don't know who's going to be who in it. I don't really know even the members. All I know is Doctor Strange is a massive kind of player in it, and we also know he's going to be getting a second movie. Now for to be Illuminati, it seems very kind of like far-fetched. It seems very, you know, unlikely that it's going to go on and happen. Now the next one is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now me honestly, I'm very excited for this movie because, you know, Thor might be a part of it now, but overall honestly I don't really know if it's going to be kind of fitting in here. Now I do believe it is going to be in Phase 4, but I don't really know, you know, if it's going to be kind of like taking place around 2020. You know, we don't actually know when the whole timeline is going to be after Endgame, which is going to be kind of like a spoiler, but either way, going on to it, I'm not really too sure how to feel about it. Now going on to Black Widow, it's going to be called Black Widow Leviathan. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I've never been kind of great with names. I've always been kind of like really terrible with them. Now going on to it, it is more likely going to be a sequel because, or it's not going to be a sequel, but it's going to be a prequel. Now I kind of say this because, you know, obviously after Endgame, I'm not going to mention anything else, but if you know after Endgame, you know what I'm on about. The next one is going to be The Mighty Thor. Now, we do know Thor might be getting another movie, which is going to be Thor 4. Now, honestly, I'd be really excited to go on and see it. I can't wait to see if we're going to be getting another Thor movie. Now, honestly, it's going to be very weird. I don't really like the title of this, in case it could be true. Now, I would much kind of like rather be something else, but you know, honestly, like another Thor movie, I would be pretty much happy with. Now, the next one's going to be Fantastic Four. Now, I'm very excited to see them in the MCU. I can't wait to see them. But, you know, seeing them in the next maybe 5 years, it seems very iffy. Like, I believe they could be maybe towards, like, the end of Phase 4. Now, I don't really know why, but I kind of do strongly believe it's going to be that. The next one is going to be The Wasp Escape from the Microverse. Now, obviously, this is going to be going way too much into the Microverse, which is going to be the quantum realm or whatever. Now, I don't really know way too much about these characters. You know, overall, I'm not really even too sure if they're going to be getting, like, another movie because, you know, they're kind of like B-Tech, you know, Avengers. They're not going to be A-list Avengers, so, you know, maybe not. You know, I would love for them to get another movie, but I don't really know if it could happen. Now, going on to the next one, it is going to be Black Panther Secret Empire. Now, I don't really know way too much about Black Panther. I obviously know he's going to be getting a sequel. You know, like, there's nothing really to go on and mention for this instead of, you know, the only thing I can mention is I'm kind of excited. You know, we already know he's getting a sequel. That is pretty much it. Now, another Spider-Man movie is going to be coming out, apparently. It's going to be Spider-Man Dimensions, which, you know, honestly, I don't really know how to feel about it. I don't really think it's going to be true again. You know, it just doesn't really seem really accurate for them to have maybe, like, 2 Spider-Man movies within the space of maybe 2 years. Like, you know, honestly, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Now the next one is going to be Nova, which is going to be going on to the Nova Corps and everything. Now I don't really know way too much about them either. I don't really know way too much about Marvel in general compared to DC. But going on to Nova, I know is going to be very powerful. I believe he was in a Spider-Man TV show. Now I don't really want to mention anything else other than, you know, I'm excited for a movie to deal with him. Now another one is going to be Captain Marvel and the Valkyries. Now, Captain Marvel, you know, I don't really like her character at all. Like, I've never been a massive fan. Now, for her having second movie, it is obviously 100% going to happen along with Black Panther and, you know, Doctor Strange. Like, they're going to be the next, like, Avengers. Like, you know, like, they're going to be the new generation of the Avengers, which I don't really know how to feel about. Honestly, I don't really like the idea of it. Now, going on to the next movie, it is going to be Ant-Man versus the Masters of Evil. Now, I don't know way too much about it. Again, I'm not a massive Ant-Man kind of person, but you know, for another Ant-Man movie to come out within maybe the space of a year or two, it seems very unlikely again. Now for the next movie, it is going to be Warlock, which is going to be going on to Adam Warlock, which is going to be kind of relating to Guardians of the Galaxy. So honestly, for him, I don't know way too much about him. You know, overall, I know he has something to do with like the Soul Stone, or the Soul's like gem or whatever. Now, I don't really know way too much about his character, you know, all of that. All I know is he's more than likely going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and he's probably going to have like a solo movie sometime, which is going to be, you know, down the road, maybe phase 4, maybe phase 5. Now, another movie is going to be the Thunderbolts, which I don't really know too much. I've never really heard of them. Now, it has kind of like a Deadpool logo, so it is more likely never going to happen because it's never going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool's going to have his own kind of universe. Now, the next and final movie is going to be Avengers 5, which, you know, we don't know way too much about, but I'm going to be very excited for. Now, if I had to take a guess, you know, Spider-Man is going to be in it, Fantastic Four, maybe Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Widow is never going to be in it because you obviously know, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, maybe Warlock, maybe Nova. You know, a load of people are going to show up in this movie, which I'm going to be very excited for. Now, for the whole kind of thing I wanted to mention earlier on, you know, in the next maybe few days, I'm going to be very busy, which is going to be working on something kind of behind the scenes. Now, it's going to be dealing with kind of like animation. I'm going to try and change up the whole format of making videos. I'm going to try and make a bit of animation as well, maybe-ish, I don't really know. But either way, if I kind of like stop making videos, number one, it is probably because I'm doing that. Number two, it's probably because I could be sick. Or, you know, number three, maybe because I just kind of need a break or something. I don't really know. But, you know, that has been pretty much everything for the whole video. So if you want to, and you're new around here, you know you can subscribe, leave a like and comment down below if you want to. And with all of that being said, goodbye.